I was Andy Yosh, but Rico from StreetScores. I was just about to head out with the family, have some fun, but we got some really random breaking news. And I feel like this hire will impact this team a little bit more than most people probably assume. The Washington Commanders are hiring Wes Welker to join the coaching staff, and I'm going to break down why this is potentially a monumental move for the Washington Commanders, specifically a guy named Luke McCaffrey, who was a third-round pick last year that did not live up to his third-round pick potential and value last year. We'll see if he'll live up to it this year or moving forward. Now with Wes Welker on board, I'm going to break all of that down and more, of course, but before we do, make sure you still farm that like button, still farm the subscription button, still farm the bell next to that subscription button so you get notification each and every time I release an informative and opinionated video just like this one. Make sure you stay tuned to all of the content. Really appreciate y'all for supporting the videos. I know I'm on vacation. I know a lot of y'all are telling me just enjoy it, but hey, man, we still got to talk about these Commanders updates, and I'm still trying to get videos to y'all on a daily basis. I really appreciate y'all for pulling up for everyone, leaving likes and everything like that. And without further ado, let's go and dive into the video right now, man. Let's get it. Adam. All right, so Wes Welker is officially joining the Commanders staff, as Mark Rice first reported. His exact tweet was, Wes Welker, who was in the news last week as a worthy nominee for the Patriots Hall of Fame, 672 catches over 6 regular seasons, another 69 in the playoffs, is in the news again this week. Welker, the former Dolphins wide receiver coach, has landed on the Commanders staff per sources. I believe this is a truly wonderful hiring. And then shouts out to Resh Manuel too, man. You know, the connection guy himself. Remember, he tweeted back on February 5th last year, 2024. He tweeted, I've mentioned him before, but now that Kingsbury is officially on board, I'd especially love to have his college teammate Wes Welker on the Commanders staff. Championship experience as a player and ties to Peters and Quinn as well. Get guys like Fleury and Welker for the coaching depth. And look, lo and behold, I mean, it's a year and a couple of months later, maybe a year and a couple of months too late. You know, maybe we would have gotten more out of Luke McCaffrey. Wes Welker was already here last year, but he was with the Dolphins. But now he's here now, and that's all that matters, man. And shouts out to Jake Russell for pointing out the fact that the Commanders now have 3 former NFL wide receivers on their coaching staff with 1,596 catches, 18,277 yards, and 88 receiving touchdowns between the 3 of them. You have Wes Welker with 903 catches, 9,924 yards, and 50 touchdowns. You have Bobby Ingram with 650 catches, 7,751 yards, and 35 touchdowns. And you have Andre Coleman with 43 catches, 602 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Just to let you know, Wes Welker was the Dolphins wide receiver coach from 2022 through 2024. So this is not like his first rodeo of being a wide receivers coach. It's not like we're the team that's getting them fresh off of not playing football anymore as a wide receiver, and then we're like the first ones giving him an opportunity to be a wide receivers coach. No, he's already done this. He was a wide receivers coach with the Dolphins 2022 through 2024, and then he was also a wide receivers coach for the San Francisco 49ers back in 2019 through 2021. So 2019 through 2021, so San Francisco 49ers wide receivers coach, 2022 through 2024, Dolphins wide receiver coach. And mind you, when he was with the 49ers, of course, he was working with Deebo Samuel, who is here now. So, of course, I want to break down Luke McCaffrey and how much he can help him, but he's also going to help Deebo Samuel as well. I mean, some of Deebo Samuel's best years were when Wes Welker was the 49ers wide receivers coach. Again, 2019 through 2021. I mean, especially that 2021 season, that was Deebo Samuel's best year. So in year 3 of having Wes Welker as a wide receivers coach, you had Deebo Samuel go out there and have the best season he's had so far in his career. Hopefully bringing Wes Welker here to, you know, maybe we can reignite that a little bit. Maybe we can rejuvenate the 2021 version of Deebo Samuel. And if you're hoping to do that, having his wide receivers coach from that season would surely help a lot. Now, of course, Wes Welker, 43 years old, began his NFL career with the Chargers back in 2004. A lot of people forget that. Then he joined the Dolphins during his rookie season and was eventually traded to the Patriots for a 2007 second and 7th round picks. And then Welker played 6 years for the Patriots and totaled 1,000 yards receiving in 5 of those seasons before he departed and signed a free agent contract with the Broncos in 2013. He ultimately finished out his career with the Rams, though. After calling it a career, he was hired by the Texans in 2017 as an offensive assistant. Then he became the 49ers wide receiver coach in 2019, and then the same role for the Dolphins in 2022. And mind you, Welker played in New England and in Denver when Commanders general manager Adam Peters worked in the personnel for each team. So he's had multiple stops with Adam Peters with Denver, New England, and the 49ers. Like everywhere Adam Peters has gone, Wes Welker has been there every single time. It's actually really crazy. So now they're on the Commanders together as well. So Adam Peters must really like this guy to keep bringing him along everywhere that he goes. I mean, I'm pretty sure Adam Peters wasn't in charge of what was going on with the Patriots or somewhat with the with the Broncos. And then even with the 49ers, he still had John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan technically who were over him in the chain of command. But I mean, everywhere Adam Peters has gone, Wes Welker has gone there. And now that Adam Peters has full control of his own entire team and franchise, he brings Wes Welker along again as well. So I'm pretty sure there is something to that. Again, even while he was the VP of player personnel for the 49ers, Wes Welker was there. He may not have been the guy that hired him, but he was there. And then so just to run back the connection, shouts out to Ben Standig. You have Wes Welker and Cliff Kingsbury. They were college teammates. Adam Peters, of course, was with them, New England, Denver, and San Francisco. And then most importantly, Welker was Deebo Samuel's wide receiver coach for his first 3 seasons. Welker was one of the ones who stayed on top of Deebo's training when weight fluctuations became an issue as well. So we're probably bringing him in here just for that as well, to make sure Deebo Samuel stays on point, stays on top of his workout program, his health, his diet, his nutrition, all of that type of stuff. Wes Welker is the type of guy that's not afraid to tell Deebo Samuel no, to get in his face and tell him this is what you need to be doing, stop doing this, do this, and things like that. So that's really important as well. Even just outside of like pure wide receiver stuff, a guy that can communicate effectively to a guy like Deebo Samuel, who some people consider hard-headed, I think that's a pretty big move. We probably could have already just assumed that we would end up hiring Wes Welker as a wide receivers coach once. Well, even though he's technically not that, we'll get there soon. He's not a wide receivers coach officially because we still have one. But you just could assume that Wes Welker would be a part of our organization in some way after we traded for Deebo Samuel. It just makes too much sense. You already had Adam Peters as a general manager, and then now you have Wes Welker as his wide receivers coach from the 49ers. He'll just be an analyst here, though. We'll get there soon. But also, shouts out to JB Finley. He brings up a good point, and this is pretty much what I was trying to say. He says something about the trust and relationship of Dan Quinn and Adam Peters, that Welker will work between both departments. The brotherhood stuff is not just talk out there in Ashburn. Those connections run deep. That's why we bring them up, because they've seen Wes Welker work, and they must have liked what they saw for them to bring him over to their new baby, the Washington Commanders, especially in Adam Peters' point of view. I mean, he was a part of those other organizations, but the Commanders is the first time that he's been running the entire show. And to bring over Wes Welker as soon as he could, as soon as he was available, Wes Welker brought over to the Commanders. So that definitely says something. Also, shouts out to George Carmen. He brings up a good point. He said, amazing hire. I like the commitment by ownership to build out the staff. You need to win on the edges. Remember that exact quote from Josh Harris. I mean, every little way that you can possibly improve, you got to, man, because everybody's making great hires. Everybody, I would say most people in NFL are all smart. I mean, just like how players, you tend to like the guys that are elite athletes in high school. They're the stars of their local town high school teams. They get to the NFL. Now they're just another guy because the NFL is full of guys like that. The NFL is kind of the same thing where like you think you're a genius, prodigy, coach or whatever, and then you get to the NFL, it's a bunch of those guys. And so, I mean, the way that you get the edge on everybody else who's constantly improving, I mean, we draft every year. We have free agency every year. The only way that you can improve at a better rate than everybody else, because everybody technically improves every year. That's just the way that the NFL works. Not like we just stop other teams from drafting and now it's our year to draft, but the way you have to improve is to beat and win on the edges, man. The little things that everybody else isn't doing, you got to do those to be able to surpass other people. And I feel like this front office, this coaching staff, this ownership did a great job of taking us from 4 wins to 14 NFC championship appearances and all of that. So I trust every move that they make. They get the biggest benefit of the doubt from me with everything that they do. And now, if there is anybody out there that can get the best out of Luke McCaffrey, to get some potential out of this guy, to potentially look like a 3rd round pick or better, which he was a 3rd round pick last year, it is this guy, Wes Welker, man. Luke McCaffrey has all of the measurables and testing to become a deadly weapon, but he lacks a lot of the nuance required to be effective and consistent. And you have Wes Welker, who isn't a good athlete by any stretch, but he's a Hall of Fame nominee for the Patriots because of his work ethic, his attention to detail, and his nuance are all elite. Luke McCaffrey has everything that Wes Welker wasn't born with and never really had, and Wes Welker has everything that Luke McCaffrey needs to gain. I mean, you literally couldn't find a better coach to put his hand on Luke McCaffrey's shoulder and show him the way than arguably Wes Welker out there, man. I mean, Wes Welker is going to be looking at Luke like he's crazy with how athletic Luke is, with him not being able to understand and get certain things immediately. He's going to be like, man, I'm slower than you. I'm not as quick as you are. I'm not as strong as you. Why was I able to do it, but you're not? So I'm pretty sure Wes Welker is going to give Luke McCaffrey the secret sauce, the secret Krabby Patty formula on how to be a really good, nuanced wide receiver. Because if Wes Welker can do it, then Luke McCaffrey definitely can, because he's a better athlete in every single way. He's taller, bigger, stronger, faster, quicker, all of that. There's just no excuses. But I love it, man. I mean, just like Ryan Kerrigan, with him being like our pass rush specialist coach, I love it because he was never like a super athlete. He had to get it out of hard work ethic, nuance, consistency, film study, all of the things that's like the work ethic things, the try hard things. You know, Ryan Kerrigan wasn't necessarily born to be just a great edge rusher. And then same thing with Wes Welker at wide receiver. And so now he's getting his hands on an athletic ball of clay, just like Luke McCaffrey, like how Ryan Kerrigan's going to do with some of our edge rushers, and take them to another level. I feel like Wes Welker's going to do that with all of our receivers, even outside of just Luke McCaffrey. I mean, Luke McCaffrey is the one guy that has the most to gain with this Wes Welker hire, but I feel like Wes Welker can help a lot of our receivers get better. Again, he's even in his prime, if you put him on this current Commanders roster, he's probably the least athletic wide receiver we have on the entire roster, even less athletic than some of the practice squad guys. But again, he went out there and balled out. I mean, of course, he had Tom Brady as his quarterback, but, you know, these guys have Jaden Daniels as their quarterback. But he balled out because of the things that you just have to work hard, tirelessly, and to get better at to do. You know, Wes Welker was not born to play football. Some of these guys we have on roster were. They just need that little middle, that yin and yang needs to blend a little bit. But John Com updated it. He said Wes Welker will be a personal analyst with Washington, working with both the personnel and the coaching staff. So I guess he'll have, you know, a little bit of say, like a little bit of an opinion on like what we are doing wide receiver wise. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe they brought him in before the draft, and maybe get a little bit of his opinion on which wide receiver we should potentially be looking at in the draft, maybe what round and things like that. I'm pretty sure by now they already have their big board super set, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't hurt to get some Wes Welker opinion and eyes on the situation. But also he'll be involved in the coaching staff as well, so that's where he'll be able to help with the wide receiver stuff. But hey, man, whenever Wes Welker has any free time, Luke McCaffrey, you need to go over there and get whatever help and soak up whatever knowledge, ask whatever questions you may have every single day, every single minute that he's available, man. I mean, it's crazy how Wes Welker literally has everything that we want Luke McCaffrey to gain. I need Luke around Welker even when he isn't helping the receivers. I need him with Welker even while Welker is out the gym working out for himself, while he's watching film, you know, helping with the offensive game plan. I need, even when Wes Welker is eating, when he's at a restaurant, I need Luke right there. Everywhere, please, Luke. I need you with Wes Welker, basically allowing him to be your chaperone on any field trip that he's going on, man. Shouts out to Ryan Fowler, too. He said, love the Wes Welker hiring in Washington, specifically for Luke McCaffrey as he works into year 2. I completely agree. Inside and out, versatile, with excellent separation metrics from his rookie year, and is expected to take a big jump alongside Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel. And I do want to point out the fact that Luke McCaffrey showed some flashes. It wasn't like he was just like a complete dud last year, like some people act like he was. He didn't contribute a lot, and you could tell that they kind of phased him out of the offense as the year went on, because we started to realize, hey, man, this team could actually go somewhere, and we don't have time to play the younger guys just because we want them to develop sooner. We're trying to play the guys that are going to help us win right now, because we think we can make a run. And then we ended up making a pretty good run, a run that exceeded everybody's expectations. But slowly throughout the year, you just saw Luke McCaffrey get less and less involved in the offense, less targets, less snaps on the field and things like that. But even in that, he still shows some flashes every now and then. I mean, like, advanced stats loved his get open ability. Like, he was one of like the top 5 receivers as far as getting open last year. I feel like a lot of that has to deal with the fact that, you know, they were putting like the 3rd or 4th best corner on him any given snap that he was on the field. But still, man, I mean, there were some flashes there. There's something to build on. It's not like he was just completely trash last year. And I think Wes Welker can take him to that next level to make him live up to the 3rd round pick or better that he was. And now is the time, because with edge rusher, cornerback, and a home run hit and running back, those needs that we have going into the draft, in my opinion, with those being our biggest priorities coming up later this month, I mean, especially in the early rounds, like rounds 1, 2, and 4. Remember, we don't have a third round pick. This is the time to step up, Luke McCaffrey. I mean, we have Terry and Deebo, who are definitive contributors on offense out of the wide receiver room. And then you have Noah Brown, maybe on like the second tier by himself. And then everybody else is up in the air. Can KJ Osborne actually do something besides a holding penalty this season? I mean, can he get back to his Viking self? Can Michael Gallup get back to his 2019 self? You know, after that, you have guys like Chris Moore, Michael Strahan, and Casimir Allen, who's now technically considered a running back by this coaching staff. But my point is, now is the time for Luke McCaffrey to step up and leave an impact on not only this season, but this coaching staff as well. Because they may not necessarily prioritize wide receiver this offseason, especially this upcoming draft, but best believe if Luke doesn't step up this upcoming season, they may be looking for an even bigger move for a receiver next offseason, than even like a bigger move than even trading a fifth for Deebo Samuel, or even possibly taking one in the first round of the 2026 NFL draft. So you better hurry up and ball out. I know you're still on the rookie deal, you're only going into your second season, but this team wants to win right now. We truly believe that we are Super Bowl contenders this season. You can tell about the offseason moves that they made, trading for Laramie Tunsil, trading for Deebo Samuel. And right now, Luke McCaffrey is step up or step out the way. It's that simple. We need you to go ahead and develop and at least show a little bit more promise and consistency than you did last year. Because again, 2026, they'll probably prioritize wide receiver if you don't step up. Because yeah, it's great. Best case scenario, Terry McLaurin still balls out. Deebo Samuel lives up to what we hope, trading a fifth round pick for him. We'll see what Noah Brown can do. But you know, Luke McCaffrey, if you don't ball out even amongst those groups balling out, we'll still probably prioritize wide receiver the next offseason. So do you want to be replaced, or do you want to step up? I mean, there's plenty of space right now. Again, you have Terry Deebo tier 1, Noah Brown tier 2, and then it's just everybody else is up for grabs. You have plenty of opportunity and space to go out there and seize your roster spot right now. Seize your spot on the depth chart, more importantly, so that you can go out there and actually get targets and receptions throughout the season, where you'll contribute on the offense, you're on the field more often and things like that. And now is the time, Luke McCaffrey. And I feel like Wes Welker, if anybody can unlock that out of Luke McCaffrey, it's him. If there's anybody that can do it, I'm pretty sure there's a handful of coaches out there that also have the potential to do that. But Wes Welker, weaknesses and strengths is the perfect coach for a guy like Luke McCaffrey, with a completely different assortment of weaknesses and strengths. I mean, you can do this, I can do this, let's come together, man. I mean, literally, if you could put Wes Welker's brain in a Luke McCaffrey, that's a Hall of Fame wide receiver right there, literally, man. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. Please get in the comment section. Let me know if you feel about everything discussed in the video. Please still follow that like button, still follow the subscription button, still follow the bell next to that subscription button so you get notification each and every time I release an informative and opinionated video just like this one. Make sure you stay tuned to all of the content. Really appreciate y'all. Again, I'm about to go ahead and edit this video, get up out of here so I can rejoin my family. I saw the notification. I was like, well, guess I got to record a video. Now I'm about to go back out there and have some fun. Really appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all leave in the comment sections how you feel about this Wes Welker hire. Am I hyping it up too much? Am I thinking he's going to contribute more than he actually is? Or let me know how you feel about this Wes Welker hire. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of my points. Do you feel like this is a great situation for Luke McCaffrey? Do you feel like he's going to help Deebo Samuel? I feel like overall the entire wide receiver core, he's going to help with a lot of the nuance and route running and the small detail things that wide receivers need to get better at. So I think he's going to help at least in some way, shape, or form. I don't mind his opinion in the draft room either. So I'm pretty cool. I'm happy about the hire. Of course, it's not this home run hitting hire like he's going to be the guy that takes us over the hump and we're going to win a Super Bowl this year literally because of him. But it doesn't hurt. And again, you got to win on the edges because everybody's improving every year, coaching staff, roster wise. You got to find a way to get more better than everybody else. I know that sentence is crazy, but that's what you got to do, man. You got to improve at a more rapid rate than everybody else because everybody's improving. You got to improve more than they improve. And I feel like Wes Welker is one of the ways that you can do that. And again, the chemistry with Cliff Kingsbury, Adam Peters, and Deebo Samuel already has me excited. So again, let me know how y'all feel about it. Really appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all leave a like on the way out. I'm going to catch y'all later. I'm out.